Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Welcome to this week's chat about live streaming. Over the last few weeks, we've had some conversations around some different live streaming offerings if we're looking for alternatives, which I know some of them definitely are. I've been seeing a lot of conversations in various StreamYard groups about people who are just now finding out what's going on. All of a sudden their credit card's been hit for considerably more than they were expecting. Either they missed the emails or they're not in the group until something goes wrong. Things like that. These sorts of things really do happen. Unfortunately, most people feel, true or not, most people feel that if they've been loyal to a company for however long, thank you, live stream consultants, for however long, that they're going to get the better deal. But something I really just wanted to say again, and I know I've said it before, and I just want to jump in and say it again, because while I'm so tempted just to reply to these people in this group, it is the StreamYard group, and I feel wrong suggesting it in there. But I would say if you are an existing StreamYard user and you are being charged the new expanded rates, I would say go and create an account with a new email address and see what kind of deal they're offering. Unfortunately, StreamYard, now part of Bending Spoons, the Bending Spoons model is about churn. They only care about the new customers. They don't care that you've been there for 3-4 years or there from the start. They care about the new customers. So go in and check out what they offer you if you go in with a brand new email account. You may be surprised. You'll be disappointed that you as an existing member who has helped support the business for however long isn't offered this. But yeah, go and check it out. So because of this, we've been running a little series here of me streaming with various softwares to see how it goes. Now, today I'm not feeling 100%. I'm very tired. I'm very sore. And I am just like, I was like, should I even stream? Will I have the energy? And then I realized, no, I will stream. I will stream because I've got options here. So right now I have my heat pack. I've got, I've got tea. I've got water. I've got electricity. I've got internet bandwidth. So let's stream and let's forge through, because some days it's hard to stream. Some days it is hard to stream, and some days it is too hard to stream. And I'm not talking about the technological side of streaming. I'm talking about the mental game that is streaming. Some days it is just too hard to stream. So it is definitely worth hanging around, and we're going to have a conversation about this, and I'd love to hear your opinions about this as well. So I'm not necessarily talking about the technological side of streaming, and yes, sometimes different streaming things do make it hard. But I'm talking more about the mental game of streaming. Some days it's just really hard. And can you push through? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And you have to be able to work that out when it's go time for you. So I'm just going to have a little look in the chat. Livestream Consultants was here hanging out with me while I was testing some stuff. I was having some problems with the Ninja. It wasn't bringing all my chat commands up. I don't know what it did, but all of a sudden they started working. I was sort of just enabling, and I went in and just basically enabled and disabled and re-enabled a lot of stuff, and it just gave it the jiggery pokery. I have removed the joke because the joke thing, some of those jokes were just bad, and you don't get to, like, I couldn't curate through their list of jokes of what I would not have on my stream. So I just turned that one off. I know that you can go in and create your own jokes, but that's not really my jam. Let's have a look. Livestream Consultants came up with a really great idea, which was maybe let all of us come up with some ideas for the chat commands that could get interesting. Absolutely it could. I actually have added a few extras because on my Fiberific stream, the girls over there wanted some extras. So, and some of those ladies hang out in this one and were like, are we going to be able to have some of that stuff over in our other stream? And I'm like, if you want it, we can. I was just testing it. And so now the emotes wall is really popular over there. I went in and blocked a few emojis, but yeah, it's super popular, and the chat commands are really fun and popular as well. John says some days everything is too hard. I need more sleep and or coffee. And that is actually a super true statement to make. Some days things are hard, depending on where you're at with your brain, where you're at with your life. Some days it's too hard. For me, it helps me to actually have a win, right? Like, so I've woken up this morning not feeling awesome, feeling like I've got that, the start of a cold or a flu where the whole body aches, and I'm not in the throes of it yet, but I'm in the, like, I can feel it coming kind of thing. But I needed a win today. I needed something that I could control and win. I can't control whether I get a cold or not. I can control this. Let's have a look here. Good morning, Leanne. It's good to see you in the chat. My question on that is, will those lower rates, so this is for StreamYard, will those lower rates stay for more than the first year? So what I noticed is when I went through and did it, there was when I went through and sort of clicked through a few screens, and I was offered a 50% discount off the rate, which brought my pro account down to just marginally more than what I'm currently getting with my, grandfathered in discount. There was a note in there that said that this rate would stay until I stopped paying, basically, until I either cancelled or a payment was missed. So that sounds fairly permanent to me, but the reality is, if in 12 months that price goes away again, try and set up another free account, because like I said, Bending Spoons is all about the churn. They really are. They only care about new customers. They don't care about how many they'll lose. And smart people will go in and try and set up a new account. Like, yeah, you know what? You're going to have to set up all your scenes again. You're going to have to set up everything again. But if you are like me, you already have a folder on your computer somewhere that has all the assets, so that you know where to find them when you need to add new ones or whatever anyway. So have that folder ready with all your audio, all your assets. I have it split out between, within that folder, I have it within different clients, so that I've got everyone's assets all in the right places. And so that if I do need to create new things on EVMux or OBS or Ecamm or whatever it is that I'm using, I've still got the same assets. Now, I am working out that with EVMux, I can't use my starting soon, be right back, or thanks for watching in their current sizes. So I'll have to go and adjust those if I decide to go with EVMux. So, but EVMux is kind of leading the pack for me for browser streaming. I'm an Ecamm girl. I love Ecamm. I think Ecamm is fantastic. Currently using Ecamm right now. It is my comfort zone, right? Ecamm is my comfort zone. But it is computer-based and it is for Mac users only. And I'm not the biggest fan of their guesting features. So even as an avid Ecamm lover, I still used StreamYard for whenever I was doing something that involved a guest, or if I was doing something that was remote production. So I'm looking for alternatives there as well. Let's have a look here. Oops, I'm in the wrong. No wonder I couldn't work out where it was. Amazing Yacht Destinations has made it to here. That is awesome. I'm just going to throw that off there. Why is that over there? That should not be there. That needs to move. I don't know what I was doing there. Live stream consultants with John says, honestly, sometimes you'll try your hardest and no one will care, or some random unhelpful commenter will appear. I think humans are going to human no matter where you go. Look, I agree. We have to have thicker skin. We just have to have thicker skin. And sometimes we do just have to accept that today's the day that I don't get out of bed. We have this conversation over in my FibroFit group about spoons, not bending spoons, but about how many spoons you have. And each day you start the day off with a certain number of spoons, and sometimes there's less spoons, which is like, it's like an energy level. So sometimes you'll wake up and your energy level will only be at 2. 1 bar will get used to get you out of bed. The next bar will be used to have a shower, and that's it. There's no energy left. So sometimes we have to juggle our spoons and work out what it is that we've got the energy to do. And sometimes it is the live stream, sometimes it isn't. For some people, sometimes that live stream will give them an extra spoon of energy. Some people it won't. So Russell says, some days you just don't want to get out of bed, but if it's from the heart, you'll rise to the occasion. Yeah, there are some days when you just can't get out of bed, no matter what you want to do. There are just days. But you're right. Sometimes for me, I didn't want to let you guys down. I knew that you guys would be here in the chat, and I wanted to show up. And until I'm actually, in the throes of a flu, that I'll stop then. I won't stream while I'm sick. So yeah. Jerry Papandrea, I've been thinking about you a lot this weekend, laughing very, very hard. So those of you that go and that follow me over on X or Twitter or whatever we're calling it these days, I shared a tweet that had a clip from Nick Nimmon's live stream, and Jerry shared the clip from just before that. It was total shenanigans. It was so much fun, but apparently I don't know anything about lighting, so don't take lighting advice from me. And I also apparently had a lighting channel that was that YouTube terminated because of my lighting misinformation. So I think that's all very funny. I've had some seriously good lucks. My husband now walks around the house singing a song is "Don't listen to Chantelle, listen to Jerry." So he thinks it's very funny. He's having a good time with it. John Lacey says, I don't usually feel great about going live, but 5 minutes in, I'm always grateful I pushed through the resistance. You know what? Me too. Usually I'm fine with going live. Like I love going live, and it makes it fun. It makes it fun for me, knowing I'm going to come in, I'm going to hang out with you guys. We're going to chat live stream. We're going to geek out on some stuff. And I don't really have anyone local that I get to do that with. So having you guys here now makes it fun for me. But there are days like where I'm waking up and I know I've got a lurgy coming. There's something, when you know there's like, oh, give me a day and this is going to be bad. Well, I'm there. John says, we need some sort of emotional support group for people leaving StreamYard. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in a lot of pain over the disappointment of what's happened. So, yeah, it's just, yeah. And Russell is 100% right here. And why should anyone want to support a company that seems likely to ignore you once they have your money? And this is beyond truth. Because the other messages that I'm seeing, aside from people upset about the new pricing or that their credit card was hit, is whenever they try to contact someone about it, they hear nothing. Whenever someone needs support because something's gone wrong with the live streaming software, they hear nothing. There is no support team. Or there might be someone in support and they're dealing with all of it. So it's so far behind that it's actually unuseful. Oh, live stream consultants, this is fun. Thank you. I clicked it and it didn't appear. There we go. Let's try again. It's all the support they need. Thank you. Thank you. I do have fun on these live streams. I really do. So I do have my Buy Me a Coffee pinned and all that sort of stuff because we are still on the roll to try and get me a chair. We're creeping ever closer. Ever closer. So if you've got if you want to throw a coffee my way to chip into the chair fund, I would certainly appreciate that. Let's have a look here. John says, I see so many customers commenting on old town hall meetings and LinkedIn about the lack of support. Yeah, it's definitely like one of the problems with LinkedIn is LinkedIn doesn't help. So, oh, that was exceptionally loud. I don't know what that was or why that was so loud. Yeah, I don't even know what the alert was for. It was just a really loud alert. Could you guys hear that? Or is it just on my end? Because that was crazy loud. Crazy loud. Let's go here. All right, I don't know what that was for. Oh, you didn't hear it? Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, Amazing Yacht Destinations has bought 3 coffees, and I don't know why we've got 2 widgets showing, but we do. For the extra chair fund, I have no idea why there's 2 widgets showing. I'll see if I can. I don't know how we've got 2, honestly. But that would explain why it was loud, because it was bringing through 2. And did you guys get the coffee sound? Because I didn't hear that. But my audio is lower now. Coffee, yay! I don't know. I can only see 1 widget showing all the scenes. I honestly don't know why the widget's showing. Oh, there we go. It's got it showing in current scene and in all the scenes. I don't know how to. I'm going to see if that helps us here. It's not letting me remove it. Maybe I can just. I can't even turn that off. I'm going to turn the other one off. There we go. Hopefully we just get the one now. No coffee sound on your end. Well, that's frustrating. Well, I'll add that.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes!
Because it actually was working on the Monday stream where when the coffee thing comes in, that it automatically plays now. I don't know why that didn't work. It's one of those funs. Double the widget, double the fun. Oh my gosh. Oh, you've got a great screen grab of my confused expression. I was so confused though, right? Like legit confused. Like what is going on here? And I don't know why I can't remove it from the current scene either. That's doing my head in. Oh, I now understand why. Hang on a second. Let me put that one back. Oops. What is it doing? All right, that's there. Now, I've unlocked that scene. I think. And okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if that makes a difference for next time. I don't know if it will, but it might. It could do. Okay. Livestream consultant says, after about a month of tinkering with the Ninja, you should be able to give us all a tutorial on how to use it correctly. Yeah, I think so. This particular issue, not the Ninja. This was just the Buy Me a Coffee widget was appearing in 2 places for whatever reason. But yes, I'm really hoping that once I'm feeling a bit more confident with Stream Ninja, that I can run through and do a tutorial, because I'm actually really enjoying it. One of the things I'm really loving about the Stream Ninja is how interactive it is and how much fun people in my chats are having putting the chat commands in, so that, you know, the chat command coffee, things like that. And over on the Fiberific stream, we are using the emoji wall, and I was going to just, you know, bring it down and leave it up and bring it down. I just leave it up. I don't find it all that distracting. But what I did do was, the first time I had it, I just told everybody to go hard. And it was just, we were seeing how long it would take before it, like how many emojis we could fit on the screen before it started, you know, glitching out. And it can take quite a lot of emojis. Let's just say that. So yeah, there's a lot of fun with it. Lots and so much stuff you can do with it. And I love the polls. Right? Like YouTube polls are great. Thanks YouTube for making a poll. The polls in Stream Ninja are so much better. They really are. I really like the poll feature on on Stream Ninja. So yeah, there's a lot of things. So definitely have to have a play with it and definitely make something to go for with that, because I'm actually finding that I'm using it no matter which software I'm going with. As long as it can accept a browser source, I'm using Stream Ninja. So, or Social Stream Ninja, I should call it by its full name, Social Stream Ninja. So yeah, I'm finding it to be very cool, very fun. So you did not manage to break it yet. I haven't managed to break it yet. But I do, I have managed to forget how to do things every now and again. Like I'll be looking for like where to change something, and I scroll backwards and forwards like 900 times before I remember where it is. The Social Stream Ninja polls work on most streaming destinations, not just on YouTube. Yeah, I like that as well. I like that as well, because I do multi-stream to LinkedIn as well. I know I talk to you on YouTube mostly, but that's where most of you are. But the other problem is LinkedIn don't share the comments back all the time, and that's a LinkedIn issue. I've been chatting with the people over at Ecamm because, you know, I was having a complaint there. And when they went through all the logs, they weren't receiving anything from Ecamm. So not Ecamm, from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn doesn't always send all the messages through, which is dumb between you. Like it's just dumb, right? So if you're going to let APIs have, you know, be able to have access to do this, then give them the comments. Don't pull a Facebook and refuse to share the comments. Seriously. No one wants that. No one wants that. So, I'm here. Have you got a question? Have you got something you want me to cover? Have you got something you want me to talk about? Just drop it in the chat, and we'll see if I've got an opinion on it. I may have an opinion. I have a few of those. Oh yeah, but I just mean I get notifications from those events because I've interacted with them previously on LinkedIn, but they're just looking for support any way they can. I think I'm confused there. I think I'm confused. All right, let's have a look here. Amazing Yacht Destinations. I want to ask a question. It might be off topic. It's regarding moderating someone else's stream on 2 platforms. Is it possible to combine the 2 chats and moderate them from one app? No. No. So you guys know I moderate for Nick on a Saturday. And I keep an eye on both the YouTube chat and the Twitter or X chat. There is no way to combine the chats in that and then moderate them. So you have to just have multiple windows open. The big problem is the different streaming services have different moderating tools. There is no overarching tool that means that you can do it. Now, if you are using one of these stream-based softwares and you're in the back end, you can remove comments from being seen, but you don't get the full access to all the moderating tools. You can just remove a comment. And then whoever is running the stream has to actually put you in their StreamYard or whatever it is that they're using as one of their seats so that you can back end moderate like that. So the chance of that happening is very low. So you're going to need to open multiple windows and moderate using the various moderation tools across the platforms. Yeah, it's a little bit painful, but it's just how it is, unfortunately. Let's look. Other than EVMux, have you tried any other browser-based software? Yeah, I've tried a couple. Not enough to feel comfortable to stream on them yet, and some of them was a while ago. So I have used Streamlabs. That's my brain's like, is Streamlabs even browser-based? I don't even know now. I can't remember. I feel like everything's just becoming a little bit mushy in my brain. Riverside FM has got a fairly decent user interface. They've recently come into the streaming game. They were going to be who I streamed with today, but I was a little bit overwhelmed from not feeling the greatest. So I thought, let's just go with something I'm comfortable with. So yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. It's the Talk Studio. Talk Studio. Thank you. That's where I got confused because I'm like, wait a second, Streamlabs. No, it is the Talk Studio that's browser based. So I've used that one. Yeah, it's just but I've only used those two for now. So if you've got any other suggestions, then give me a yell. Yeah, because in my brain, I put Streamlabs and Talk Studio in one bucket, and I shouldn't because it is actually two separate buckets. But it's just how my brain works. Oh, I understand, John. I understand, John. Now, thank you for clarifying that for me. I definitely needed that. My brain was just not working. Livestream Consultant says, I downloaded the Social Stream Ninja. When I boot it up, it comes up and says there's a new version available. Should I download the new version? Yeah. I had the same thing. I've got that's popped up this morning as well. I'm like, I'm not going to download it 5 minutes before my stream, but I really will get in and download it after this stream so that I can update it. Yeah, and John's been using it for a long time, and it does get updated a lot. And he has yet to have any issues with updating it. Thanks for the answer. We'll stop looking for an app. As you say, it's a pain. It is a pain. Absolutely, it's a pain. But I mean, a big part of it is it'd be really hard to create a moderating software that goes across all the different platforms, considering every platform has got different moderating tools and what you can and can't do as a moderator. Hang on a second. Seems to me it's all in OBS and most are afraid they can't learn it. See, the thing is, Russell, not everybody has a computer that can run OBS. That's the other thing. Like if you've made yourself a sweet rig, right? You've got a really good computer. Not everybody who streams has a good computer. Now, I think if you are gaming, you should be using OBS or Streamlabs, like without a doubt. StreamYard, EVMux, all those guys, they're not going to cut it for gamers. You need to do that. But if you're gaming, you've already got a computer that can handle gaming. So a lot of these people looking for browser-based streaming are using things like iPads and Chromebooks and really light sort of limited computers as to what they can do. I'm an outsider on that level because I don't want to do a basic stream, and this is the problem. Those people that are looking for a basic stream are the ones having the problem of where they're going to go. So I think it is, I think it's just one of those things where while, because I personally don't think OBS is too hard to learn. Yes, there is a bit of a learning curve, but you're getting free software, so learn it. But not everybody's computer is going to be able to handle it. And not everybody can handle bringing guests in on their internet when they've got to download it and then re-upload it again. So there's different reasons for different people needing browser-based versus local-based. And so having those options for those different people can work really well. Like for you and me, Russell, we're like, yeah, whatever. Like what software have we got? Ecamm is computer-based, so I use that. And that works for me mostly. I don't like that, like as I've said a few times, I don't like their guesting features. So having an alternative for that, part of it is I do have dodgy internet. I'm in Australia. My internet is considered super high speed, right? I only have 40 megabits per second upload at the best of times, right? And I have 100 down and 40 up, and that is considered super fast in Australia. And every time I see it, it's like, you've got super fast. And I just shake my head. I'm just like, you have no idea, do you? No idea what I'm competing against. So yeah, it's just going to come down to different people prefer different things. Yeah, I've heard she's really enjoying OneStream. Yeah. I've used Restream. Thank you for adding that one. I've actually used Restream. So I should do that one again because I used it years ago and then I chose StreamYard over Restream. But yeah, Restream, Talk Labs, and OneStream. So I've Talk Studio I've used, Restream I've used but a long time ago, and OneStream I've never used. So I'll add OneStream to that list. But yeah, some people need the browser based. So And one thing I will say, and this is what it's taught me over this last few weeks, is we get very comfortable in what we've been using. I was very comfortable using StreamYard whenever I needed to, which I still do because I've still got like a year left on my plan. So I'm still using StreamYard. So because I was very lucky, I paid I got my annual plan in just before all the prices changed. So I was really, it just happened, the timing just happened to work really well. There was no planning involved. It was just, that was the day that it was due to pay. And so, and that's the other thing, like, so you're talking about Restream here has reminded me that a lot of us like to multi-stream now. And when you multi-stream directly from OBS or from EVMux, no, not EVMux, OBS and Ecamm, whenever you multi-stream, you have to have the upload speeds for each individual stream. If you are not doing multi-streaming for any streaming, you're just streaming to one single destination, OBS is perfectly fine. But if you're multi-streaming and you've got load on your computer and like you've got a lot of plates you've got to keep spinning in the air, it just helps with that. And Restream is really great if you want to multi-stream out without having to carry the load. Let's have a look here. Russell bought an EcoFlow Delta 2 to provide power during the outages. Will last much longer than a UPS, because isn't a UPS designed to just sort of cover you until for like a short power short power fluctuations, or if the power goes out, gives you time to log things out quickly, like you only get like a couple of hours, whereas a Delta, aren't they more of like not generator power but like proper power? So I mean, did that make any sense? I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I don't even know if that made sense. Let me know if that made sense, Russell. You've obviously done a lot of research. I can't imagine you would have bought something without checking it out. John says, it's a question of whether your internet can deal with the load or if you can share that via a service. Absolutely. If your internet can deal with the load, if your computer can deal with the load, like there is a lot of moving parts in live streaming, especially multi-streaming. So Booksage, welcome to the chat. I tried Restream recently and I like it. I also set up OBS Studio and connected it to Restream to play around, and I like that combo as well. It's a great combo. I used to do a lot of OBS into StreamYard because StreamYard doesn't allow like alpha layers or multiple cameras unless you're on a higher plan, and even then it's only one extra camera. So I would create all my stuff in OBS and then virtual camera into StreamYard, and then off StreamYard would do all the multi-streaming, and I could bring all the comments on stream and stuff like that. So there are advantages to mix and matching sometimes as well. So Livestream Consultant says 40 up. If I could get a quarter of that, my up right now is 1, but it's around dinner time, so internet does dip. Mine does too. I'm lucky if I get 9 to 10 around those peak times, which is why I don't stream at those peak times. So yeah, for me it's this stream started like half an hour ago, so it's like 9 a.m. on a Monday for me. Most of the people in the area have gone to work. This is a residential area, so I get to hog all of the internet, except for when my family are all home hogging my bandwidth. So that's fun. John says, one thing I learnt recently by talking to Restream Tech Support is that they have a Sydney-based server that I can connect to. That is awesome. I love it when there is I love it when there's a local server. I really do. But quite often I have to connect to like some server in the US. So we've got all that as well. Oh, here we go. Stats from Russell. Bring it. Here we go. Typical UPS is 10 to 15 minutes. The Delta 2 is an hour. As a kilowatt hour expended to 2 kilowatt hour. I'll run my whole system for around an hour and a half. More than enough to finish a webinar, stream, or conference. Yeah, awesome. I'm so glad that you found an alternative, because yeah, UPS are designed as a fail-safe. They're not designed as a workflow. So yeah. virtual camera is the best. Like if people only understood that you can change how you look on camera in any software that supports a webcam. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, John, you need to make some extra standalone videos. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe we both do. Maybe we both do. You get the 1080p stream from Sir Booksage. You get the 1080p streaming, but lose the ability to highlight individual chats on stream. But like you said, the Social Ninja gives you back the highlight comment ability. Yeah, absolutely. But if you are multi-streaming into Restream, you can bring the comments in, right? So it's been a little while since I've used Restream, so correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are going OBS into Restream, wouldn't Restream give you the comments to highlight? Just out of curiosity. Like, yeah, I think Restream do it. Yeah, Russell, I know, you've got the dream internet. Us Australians just look at that and just go, that's it. You know. Oh, you're writing a book about it? Okay, awesome. Livestream Consultants is having some fun with the chat commands. Bring it on. John says it's weird because I can log into Restream from OBS and a comment doc pops up, but I still use Social Stream Ninja. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you're using an RTMP, none of the third-party encoders will give you the comments to highlight. Only if you are connecting your account. So I've connected my account on my OBS, but Social Stream Ninja doesn't need that. So like it just grabs the chat and it grabs the whole chat. So even if you use like the fun emojis or the custom emojis or something, they all come up and I love that. I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan of Social Stream Ninja now. Like I'm a new convert. I've only been using it for like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Massive convert. Like don't know enough about it. Huge convert. Russell says, I love using OBS Virtual Cam. I use it daily. Yeah, it is like a powerful tool. Virtual cameras, I use the Ecamm virtual camera. Same deal. Super powerful tool. Super powerful tool. Back to Retro Review. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome. Livestream Consultants are still having fun. So that's cool as well. So I'm going to have a sip of my tea because I can feel my throat doing the thing. I need to hydrate. Oh, there we go. Just as a recap from the very start of the stream for those jumping in, I'm not super well. I'm okay, but I think I'm getting a flu or a cold or something. And I nearly wasn't going to stream. And then I thought, you know what, this can be one of those streams that's a learning experience in powering through. Florida I need a Yeti one, don't I? I don't have a Yeti one. I absolutely need a Yeti one. And you know, it'd be really nice if I could have a Yeti affiliate, but I'm in Australia and I'm not allowed to apply because, you know, owning 4 Yetis isn't enough of a reason to be allowed to apply. But yeah, so we're having this chat about, you know, sometimes live streaming is too hard. And I'm not talking about the technological side of live streaming. I'm talking about that mental game, the mental preparedness, or are you unwell? It's definitely, there's a whole thing around live streaming that's not just the technology. It is the ability to be able to not get distracted, which I fail at miserably. I'm sure you're aware. I definitely fail, and I get distracted all the time. I'm like, ooh, shiny thing in the chat. If I'm trying to deliver something in a live stream, I have to close the chat down. I can't just not see it. I actually have to hide it because it is definitely one of those things. Exactly, squirrel. And that should totally, I need that on the list. So earlier in the chat, Livestream Consultants was asking if we could open up some of the chat command options, as in you guys think of a few and I add them in for some fun. So if you've got a few that you would like me to add in and create, I will totally do that. And I'm thinking squirrel's one of them. and just like a gif of a squirrel just losing its mind, I think that would be good. A live stream consultant says, I have different OBS profiles for work, side projects, different shows, podcasts. Hit that start virtual camera button and can be branded and ready to go wherever. Absolutely. And that's one of the big things. If you are organized and do have multiple shows, like I've got multiple shows and I have them in set separate and they're all set out so I can have the different branding, I can have the different imagery, different cameras, things like that. And having that all set up and ready to go, that makes a huge difference. And that's one of the big things about live streaming is preparedness. Because while live stream is a seat of the pants operation, where especially if you're like me and want to interact with the chat is going to change the conversation and the topic and you know, or move the conversation, I should say. If you are wanting that, you need to be prepared for that. And not be so like, no, this is the topic points. And if you're going to do that, then you need to let your chat know at the start, at a little break in the middle, and at the end that, you know, there'll be different times for chat where you'll interact with the chat. I've got different views of live streaming than some people. I know that some people are really against countdown clocks. I'm not the biggest fan of countdown clocks, but I also hate it when I'm sitting there waiting for a live stream to start. And I've been there like from, you know, before the stream and I missed the first half a sentence. That ticks me off. Whereas like a 5 or 10 second countdown timer could fix that. And I don't like the long countdown timers. If you've got a 10-minute countdown timer, then you need to be looking at why. Like a couple of minutes should be plenty enough, like plenty enough. And put the clock up so that people on the replay know how long that countdown time is going to be and they can just scrub through and just skip it. Because I also won't cut it out. Some people are like, oh, just trim off the beginning and the end and make a piece of content. That's awesome. You've destroyed the live stream. It is no longer, the live chat's gone. YouTube don't keep any part of the live chat. Some people are like, who even watches a live chat and a replay? I do. And, you know, I'll be watching the WAN show on a Sunday because Sunday, I'm a zombie, and so I sit on the couch like a lunatic because for some reason I still wake up at my normal wake up time even though I only went to bed 3 hours earlier. And I sit on the couch like a giant slug and I put the WAN show on and I sit there with a really basic craft project and I have the chat on the TV. You can show the chat on the TV and I have a good old fun laugh listening, watching and looking at the chat. I don't like it when the chat is removed. Every now and again something will happen and my chat will disappear. Off one of my streams, it's a little glitch will happen or something, and I'll be so disappointed. So I like a live replay, and I like the live chat in the live replay. So I'm not going to cut that off, but these are my personal preferences. I don't like a long timer. I do like a timer now. I never used to have one, but I do like a little timer. But I like a clock on it, so you know exactly how long it's going to be. I like to leave it there, you know, that's it. And so everyone can do whatever they want, but they are my preferences. Let's scroll back here. Livestream consultant says the only issue you have with the OBS virtual camera is getting that audio correctly synced. Yes, that's kind of why I stopped using it, because I was just over it. Honestly, I was just a little bit over it. And you know, I've got eCam. I'll just use that. Have you tried Prism live streaming app? It's pretty, it's apparently an OBS derivative and apparently it's easier. Yeah, I've had a play in it. I haven't streamed with it. I've opened it up, I've installed it, I've played with it. And you're right, it is an OBS derivative, but the user interface is easier. It's definitely nicer to look at, that's for certain. But I haven't actually streamed with it, so I've definitely had a look. Back to Review Retro says I squirrel out all the time. Yeah, I just think it's part of being human, right? We get distracted by things. Let's have a look here. John says sometimes I do very structured content, other times I'm just there to chat and play, and that's 100% fine. And I've watched both of your streams, and you do let people know when it's a bit structured. So, and that's the thing, communicating at the beginning as to what they can expect. So we've always got to sort of be balancing those expectations so people don't go, well, this is what I came here for, and just leave and get grumpy. I tend not to, it's like, I personally prefer streams like this one, where it's interactive, where it's fun. But, you know, it depends. It depends on what you're doing. I've done streams that were educational and that were basically a webinar. So yeah. Yeah, 10-minute countdown clocks, right? Like seriously. I have a two-minute countdown time with a custom song playing. Yeah, I've got a 1-minute one with some creator mix music playing. I used to have on my Fibrific channel, I had a custom song over there. But yeah, it's you got to go with what you like. But I like actually a little short timer, just so that once I've gone live, I can go and quickly post on Twitter and what have you, that it's live. Oops, hang on a second. I've seen some live streamers have already built their community, start their 2 p.m. live stream at 1:50 with a 10-minute timer so they can come on screen at the top of the hour. Look, I've seen that. I still don't like it. I still feel that it's, yeah. But obviously, their audience is okay with it. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So they've tested it. They've worked around. It's not my thing. I already feel like my 1 minute is too long, but I'm keeping the 1 minute. It's a buffer. But I think 10 minutes is too long. I've seen ones where they have a dance party, like the camera is opaque and you can see what's going on in the set behind it, and they're just standing there grooving to the music, getting pumped up for the show. And I kind of get that too. I do. But at the same time, why not just make it part of the live stream instead of a countdown timer? So I don't know. Russell says, I like moving things around like a cat sleeping on the floor, keeps them guessing if it's real. Also, I can put things in front or behind me. Yeah, I've seen you play with that. It does look fun. Audio sync in OBS is easy. Just use cable output. Yeah, I'm just at the case of I've got other software. I just use it. But if that's what you're using and you've got the options, then go hard. So Bookstage says they have an active community who catch up with each other during that window. Yeah. And that's the thing. It works for them and it works for their community. I think that you need to keep in mind, is your community is built around social interaction, or is it built around a shared interest or a subject matter? I think it's kind of both. Like my communities start out built around a shared subject matter, but then it becomes a social interaction. I think it morphs. I think new people come in for the subject matter and then stay for the social interaction. So yeah. It's let's have a look. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I would like a very brief one just to make sure that, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, is everything working? Is it about to crash and burn on me? Like that's about it. But different strokes, and this is what I talk about. Like, while I would not recommend a 10-minute timer for most people, majority of my audience here watching this show are newish streamers, don't have the biggest live stream audiences. A 10-minute timer would actually put off people. And some people really feel like their time is being wasted. But once you've built a community and it's about that social interaction of the community and they're saying hi, then that's a different story. But when you're building a community, when you've got new people who don't really who are here to learn a particular thing and they've got to kind of wait and they're just watching this chat roll past and they're like, that's cool, that's not what I'm here for, then, but no matter what, you're always going to have that. Let's have a look here. I remember being so in my head about intro music. Should I just the 10-second or the 30-second or the 1-minute version? And then I watch people with 15-minute intros. Yeah, I think it's going to be whatever works for you. What are you comfortable with? For me, I'm okay with my 1 minute. I would prefer it to be shorter, but I've found the 1 minute is enough time for me to hit go live, get really comfy in my as comfy as I can in my chair. I've got my heat pack in today, so that's helping. Get as comfy as I can in my chair. Make sure that my stream is shared out, double check that I can see everything. And then I look back and it's normally got about 10 seconds left to go for me just to sort of straighten up and be like, right, let's go. And that works for me, but you've got to work out what works for you. But there are some people who are like, no intro timers, no countdown timers, just go in and start talking. And they feel like any intro timer is wasting people's time. And I get that point of view. I really do. Because I personally don't like having my time wasted, which is why I specifically like an intro timer that has a clock, or an intro that has a clock. I'm not the biggest fan of me not being able to, like, there's some softwares that don't let me customize it how I want it. So I have to, like when I did EB Mux, I couldn't put an overlay easily. I should clarify. I couldn't easily put an overlay clock over the top of something that I had. So I just had to use one of theirs. But I went with a clock rather than stream starting soon. Whereas right now I have starting soon and then the clock counting down. So you do just have to have whatever makes you the most comfortable and whatever you think will resonate the best with your audience. And it's going to come down to testing and trialing and seeing what works. Like, you'll come through my streams and things will change up. I don't just keep it the same all the time. Things get changed. I learn stuff and change my opinion. It's just how I am. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll skip this, you know. And I fluctuate in and out of the countdown timer because it's not my favorite thing, but it does serve a purpose. So see how that goes. John says, and not having your camera and mic live at that first scene when you're checking everything is super helpful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. With how my camera is set up, my camera is here, but I have one screen here and one screen here. So if I'm looking at screens first, then thank you, Doug. Oh, good to see you, Doug. If I've got to check screens first, I'm not engaging with you. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, what do I want to be doing first? Do I want that first scene of eye contact with you? Or do I want it with me going, oh, hey, just checking all the stuff here, you know, like, and you know, I could change how I've got my cameras and stuff laid out, and I could put my iPad in so that I've got a camera thing there, but I just don't. I forget my iPad's in another room and it's not even set up, and, you know, like, it's just, you know, it's just, John says, just me being stressed, muttering to myself. No one needs to hear that. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who mutters to myself, like, during and setting things up. My husband's been working from home a little bit more in the last couple of weeks than usual. And I've really noticed the number of times he goes, what was that? And I realized I was talking to myself or talking to the dog. Not him. Sorry, honey. But yeah, just, it's one of those things where I definitely do talk to myself. Doug, good to see you. Glad you could make it in. I hope you're having a great, great trip into work or being at home or whatever it is that you're doing today. So I am going to drink this tea. Now, someone did ask me earlier, and I forgot to answer it, how I made a decision on the chair. The answer is sort of. I'm thinking I'm going with the Secret Labs chair. They've got the best returns policy. If it's not comfortable, I'll be able to send it back to them easy and try it out. With where I live, I have to drive at least an hour to go anywhere that I can try a chair, right? Now, and that's an hour into the city. And I'm not a big fan of A, going into the city, or B, driving in the city. Both of these things stress me out a lot. I live in the outskirts because I need to live in the outskirts, right? I'm not good with my husband was like, just catch the train. No, because then there's strangers sitting next to me and touching me, and I can't deal with that either. That's why I have a car. I have a car so I can drive to places, and I'm in control of who is in my personal space. So that was way too much information for you. That was a total overshare. I'm very sorry. You should be used to it by now. But I'm thinking Secret Lab. I'm thinking a Mint XL Secret Lab chair with plush cell arms. So that's what I'm thinking. And I was like, going to wait. I was like, wait till the Good Friday sales. No, not Good Friday. Black Friday. The Black Friday sales. And then I've done some research. Apparently Secret Labs don't really do a Black Friday sale anyway. So they're like, we just have the best price all year round. And I'm like, that's cool. I ran a business that did the same thing. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things. It's just, it's still a good price, right? Cause like, it's going to like, what I want is going to come out to just a little over $1,000 Australian. Okay. So, and I was talking to my husband about it, and he was just like, well, but it's a gaming chair. Like, why don't you go and get one of these proper chairs? And I'm like, the ones that are $2,500. And he just went, what? And I'm like, they're the other options I'm looking at. There's one that's $1,700, there's one that's $2,250, and there's one that's $2,500. And he was just like, why are they so expensive? I'm like, because they're apparently good chairs. And I said, you know, like, I don't need the top of the line chair. I just need something that I can adjust the lumbar support on and actually put it where my lumbar is, right? Like, not under it and be poking in like my lower back or my, you know, not my, you know, the wrong spot, the bit that doesn't curve in, right? Well, this chair has lumbar support. It's just not in the right spot, and it's not adjustable. And the problem is this chair just feels really luxury, and it's really nice. And I've had it for like 3 years, and I've really put up with it. But over the last sort of 6 months, it's just getting, my back is just so sore. So even my chiropractor's like, have you bought a chair yet? Have you replaced that chair? So yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. People are the worst. Yeah, look, I love people. Like, don't get me wrong. I really like people mostly, but they need to be a certain distance away from me. And even like when I was at Vid Summit, I went upstairs to the party, like the first night. Like, I finished working and packed up my space and went upstairs to go and check it out. And I've walked into it and I was like, yeah, nope. And I actually struggled to get back out again. I was kind of like found myself on this railing, like just, you know, that it wasn't shoddy or anything. I felt supported. So I was just like leaning against this railing, and I'm kind of just sitting there like realizing I'm trying to push myself further because people are getting closer and closer. And I'm like, ugh. And next thing you know, I hear a familiar voice, and Viper rescued me basically. And so I was able to sort of maneuver my way back out, and like, I got back on the escalator. I'm like, nope, not going back up there. I'd rather go and buy my dinner. So I did. I left and I went and did something else. And then for the Thursday night, other party, I was still working. So, and I had to sort of choose, like, after I finished packing up everything at Vid Summit, and it was just like, do I go to that party or do I just do something else? So I went and did something else, and it was just like, oh yeah, it was, I love the idea of the parties, and I'm glad they have them, but I can't do them. So yeah, that's a pretty chair. I think it's a pretty chair. Like, and this is where the guilt factor comes in, right? You ready? Welcome to my brain. Okay. I am a plus size person who usually has 0 choices. The second a chair suits my weight, I get to have a black chair with like fixed arms, and you know, like, that's it. That's what I get to have. And I think that's why I keep leaning towards the Secret Labs, because even choosing the correct chair for my weight, I still have color choices. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to have a black chair. So, yeah. Is that a dumb reason to choose a chair? Like, I've been looking at these Hayworth chairs, and the black chair is like $200 cheaper than a really pretty teal one. And I'm like, am I seriously considering spending an extra $200 just so I don't have to have a black chair? I'm just like, and my brain's like, yes, we are seriously considering that. So yeah, it's one of these things, but I'm really leaning into the Secret Lab. A live stream consultant says it's an hour in 3 directions, 3.5 hours in the other to get to any big city out here. Yeah, look, I'm about halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast, right? With zero traffic, so basically when nothing's open, I can get to the city within about 45 minutes, right? The second you add traffic, it's a whole nother story. You never know when. You allow half a day. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things. And the reality is I don't live that far out of the city. Like, people from further away from me commute into the city every day to go to work. Like, it's fine. But I don't want to do it. I can't do it. If you hover over, yeah, I know it spins us, turn around. Yeah, they need to have the audio soundtrack behind it. So yeah, it is. Look, and their website really shows everything, and I've watched a ton of reviews. The one review that tipped me over the edge, because being a 5'3" woman who is plus sized means that most of these chair reviews are meaningless, because it's all these 6 foot tall men that are just like, what does it even mean? How can I am short and dumpy. I need a short and dumpy person to sit in the chair, please, to help me. Anyway, everyone has all these, similar height people. So I look at, I actually don't have any coffee here today. I just brought tea and water. There's a channel called Honestly. It's AHNESTLY. I think his name is Arn something or other. And he does a chair review channel. And he'd been doing all these comparisons of Secret Lab chairs versus other gaming chairs. And I'm like, I'm not interested in it as a gaming chair. So those kind of comparisons, other than the fact that the waterfall edges are actually soft, which I'm really impressed about. The bucket sections are also soft. So if you cross your legs or something like that on your chair, it's actually not digging in and not uncomfortable. So yeah, it's definitely one of those sort of like that side of the reviews weren't helping me. But then he did this review where he had 3 friends, all different heights and weights, come and sit on these chairs and work out which of the 3 sizes of the Secret Labs was best for them. And that was cool. But I was just like, it still doesn't actually really help me that much. Like, it was more helpful because there was some shorter guys and stuff like that. But then he had one where he had 3 female friends come and sit on the chairs. And they were all different size girls. There was a plus size girl, there was a really tiny girl, and there was a more moderately sized girl, and more in, closer to my height. One of them was really tall, but, like as good a mix as you can really get, really, and fit it into a decent sized YouTube video. And the really fun thing was all 3 of the girls, no matter the height, the size of the girl, whatever, they all went for the XL because it was so comfortable. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the XL. Even though I was more looking at the large chair, I've decided to do the XL just to have more space and for it to be more comfortable. Russell's got a Secret Lab chair, comfortable all day long. Excellent. I'm so glad that someone I actually know has one. And I like that it comes with a 3-year warranty. But if you take a photo of your chair in your setup and share it to your social media, they add 2 years to your warranty. So, like, you don't have to do a review or anything. You just need to say, look cool, look at my new chair. That's it. Yeah, I would think that if you're a green screen user, I would probably not pick green, but there's a lot of choices. I was tossing up between the green and the cookies and cream. There's a nice speckly grey, because I'm a grey person. I love grey. And then I realized, no, Chantelle, how often do you actually get to choose a colour? Like, let's let's choose a color. John says, I have a detachable neck rest on my chair and I didn't like how it looked on camera, but honestly, I need it, so I just use it now. Yeah, and that's one of the things with the Secret Labs is their neck thing's just a magnetic pillow, so you can just pull it off and you still get the chair, or you can just put it back on and you get the neck rest. So yeah. Yeah, look, the hybrid leather, that's not for me. I've got this one here is leather. I wouldn't like, and even then, even with actual leather, I wouldn't go leather again. This one I got like it was a super ridiculously good deal. It's not a good deal if it hurts you, but you know, it took me a long time to realize that. But it was a good deal for leather. But yes, Australian summers, and I don't have any air conditioning in this room, so it's not been great. It does get awkward. The Herman Miller chairs were on my list. And Kiki, they look to be so worth it. They really do. They are just outside of my budget, and I've got nowhere local I can try one before I buy one, short of going to a friend's house who lives in the city. So yeah, it's hard. But the Herman Millers, the Hayworths, they're all great chairs. They really are. I appreciate you making sure that you like my stream without anyone telling you. I think you should all follow Kiki's example, and go from and also like the stream if you are liking what we're doing here. Live stream consultant says the cookies and cream is interesting if you want a bit of texture. Yeah, I watched a Brisbane guy. He had one, and he was doing like I've had this chair for a year review. And it still looked schmicky clean. And this guy was just like, I edit in this chair 8 to 10 hours a day. It is heavily used. He's in Queensland as well, somewhere in Brisbane. So similar like weather as me, so same weather as me. And it was just like, this chair looked great after a year of heavy duty use. So I was just like, you know what? Like that was a big tick for me. Boop, boo. So, livestream consultant votes safety orange. Is there a safety orange? I don't think there was an orange. Tech for your needs. This is, do you know what? I am like this with everything else. Buy it nice or buy it twice. But for some reason, when it comes to something for my comfort, I'm always like, oh no, I'll just get the cheap and nasty. It's a thing. It's a thing. So, where I'm just like, I can't justify spending that money on myself. So you guys, by using my Buy Me a Coffee link, are making it so that I'm having less of those thoughts, because you're showing me that I'm worth having the chair because you're helping me get the chair. Does that make sense at all? Oh, Russell's got the cookies and cream. Wonderful. It's cool or warm, and occasionally I nap it or meditate in it. Huh. Yeah. Doug says it's got me thinking a pro chair upgrade down the road. Doug, I was just in the, $100 typing chairs from Office Works, which is like our big box, office supply place. I was in one of those chairs for years and years and years and years, right? Years. I even just upgraded the wheel. Like I would even upgrade their wheels to rollerblades. Because I do love the rollerblades on my chairs. And I would do that with those dodgy little office chairs, right? And I would do that for so long. They'd last like maybe 12, 14 months. 12 to 24 months, maybe a couple of years. And then I would do something dumb in it, like flop down and snap a leg or whatever. And then I was off, like the company that I use for my business, for my stationary needs and printing and what have you, they were selling out of some of their bigger furniture items. And so it was like a $600 chair reduced down to $300 or $350 or something. And I was just like, yeah, I'll take that. I need a new chair. And that's this chair here. And it was a great chair, but it's not great for me. not great for me. And it's awkward for, like, because my husband sits in it. He's like, this chair is so comfy. But the problem is his desk is not height adjustable and the arms are too high and we can't push the chair under the desk. So, yeah. Live stream consultant says I might need to change my name on YouTube. I still confuse you with live. Oh, and I said it, live stream consultants, live streaming with John. John, it's just because I just said the first couple of words and live stream consultants has been here from the start. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, John. I see that you're a different face and my brain gives you a different, like I think of you differently, but yeah. So let's have a look here. Oh, it's funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, you sent me a picture. Let me just have a quick look. Let me look at Russell's chair. Here he is. Oh, that looks very nice. Russell, what do you think of the headrest? Like you've got it set up now with the headrest. It looks very nice. I love the look. Oh, you've literally jumped off. Like, it's not even just another chair. He's jumped out of his chair and I can see me in the background. That's so funny. Oh, Doug, I turned the jokes off. I turned them off. They were too terrible. The jokes were bad. So yeah, it's just, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Live stream consultant says, yeah, I'm taller and grey haired. You're a very tall man. You're a very tall man, Chris. I have to say that. It was crazy. It was crazy. John said, oh, come back. John says, I have visions of Russell meditating in the chair during the live training with Tornado behind him, powering through with emergency backup power. Me too. Me too. Like Russell is just hardcore. He is total hardcore. I like the pillow. It's great for napping. Oh, good to know. Good to know. And because it's like movable with magnets, I'm kind of hoping I can move it low enough so that I can reach it. Because I'm short. And that's the other thing I'm worried. Is it going to be like I'm like a little kid sitting in a giant chair with like all this chair up here or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's me. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's I don't know. Like, let me know in the chat, right? Are you okay, like, buying the tech that you need? No problems. But when it comes to anything else, you're a bit like, well, do I really need it? Whereas, like, I'm like, oh, I need a new laptop. Start saving. You know, decide on the one that I want. Start saving. The money hits. The one I want goes on sale. Boom. Purchase made. No second thoughts, right? When it comes to like a chair that's just for me to sit on and be comfortable with, I'm like backwards and forwardsing and I don't know. All right. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. You know, if my keyboard broke, I'd be out there buying a new keyboard. I'd be there that day. You know what I mean? And sure, if my chair broke, yeah, I'd go and just buy a chair. But I would probably go and buy a dodgy chair, like $100, whatever, crappy chair. I have learnt don't buy IKEA chairs, okay? Because I buy what are they called? My brain's totally just stopped. Rollerblade chairs, rollerblade wheels for all my chairs, right? I like to be able to roll around. And I have yarn everywhere and, you know, little bits get picked up and it's just easier to pick it out of the rollerblade wheels than it is out of those standard double office wheels, right? So I cannot use any of my existing wheels on IKEA chairs. You have to go and buy the specific IKEA ones, which cost like 6 times the amount. It's ridiculous. Live stream consultants, here we go. Exactly. Spent $1,000 on a computer, went to Walmart, spent $18 on an office stool with a backrest. Yeah. See, yeah. I think sometimes those larger ticket price items play on the psyche differently. I think you're right. Amazing Yacht Destination says, I'm usually buy the cheapest that'll work for me, but it costs me in the long run as it usually doesn't last. Like, I'm like, okay, right. Like, big example, the new lights that I bought. I was going to save up and buy some Aperture, I think they were CL9s, panel RGB lighting from Aperture, right? I can't remember exactly the model number. They were going to be 500 Australian dollars each. And then I thought about it and I thought, you know what? I have no problems with any of my newer lights. I have no problems with any of my newest stands or anything like that. And then I saw that Newer had a 2-pack of the lights. As these are actually slightly larger lights, a 2-pack for $350. And I was just like, I'm going to buy them. And so, you know, sometimes I will go for the cheaper option, but you're right. Sometimes it just doesn't last as long. I remember being in the room for a conversation that was happening around lighting. And it was this big production guy talking about his lights versus YouTuber lights, right? And like, because he does like television commercial levels of production. And someone was just like, oh, what light would you recommend I buy? Blah, 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 blah. You know, my budget is this. And the guy just went, you don't need a budget that high. Like, because they just wanted soft boxes. And he was just like, you can go and buy the $30 soft boxes off eBay or off Amazon. And because this was a couple of years ago, so I think they're more like 50 now. And they're like, oh no, we want something good. And he's like, no, you don't understand. My soft boxes cost over $1,000 each because I need to be able to just squash them down and throw them in a truck and drive off to the next place and set them up and have them work. Your soft boxes are going to get set up in a room and live there forever, all happy and get dusted. He's like, yours don't need to be built to the same specs. And that really made me think a lot about the equipment that I use in my studio, because my studio is set and forget. Once I set something up, it's done. I don't have to think about that anymore unless I want to have a play with it for whatever reason. So having those sorts of things that don't need the longevity of pack down and set up and pack down and set up, that's a different story than those of us that get to just set it up and leave it where it's safe and all set up exactly how it needs to be. So yeah. Oh, Russell sent another photo. Let me look. With the, hang on a second. He sent a photo that has all the way down, which is about the top of your shoulders. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So there is some decent maneuverability on that pillow, so that's good. Livestream consultant says, I did the same thing with Grand Girls, bought them a $70 K688s and gaming headsets and still went to Walmart for the office stools. Yeah, I just think it's like we don't put enough, and this is a conversation I had to have with myself, right? We need to be aware of how long we're sitting for, right? Like, we're supposed to get up and move around every hour, blah, 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 blah. When you're live streaming, that's not an option. When you're in like the editing zone, not an option. Sometimes you really are sitting for a long period of time. You need to be supporting your body so you can do that for a long period of time. I don't want to do this kind of work for 5 years. I want to do it for 25 years, right? So I've already done the first 8, so I'm doing okay. But now I'm getting to the point where I need some better supportive equipment, like, you know, chairs and footstools and, you know, footrests and things like that. And being able to, like, I now have a laptop that means I can go off and do just about probably anything I can do on this computer, I can do on the laptop now. I actually think the laptop's got higher specs than my current computer. So being able to have that flexibility to be able to just get up and go somewhere else, so that I can, you know, for whatever reason, can we see the picture? Russell, is it okay if I show the picture on screen? I don't know if I've got just, oh, yep. Okay. Thank you. I just didn't want to go and show it if I wasn't allowed. Let me just go to Messenger here. I'm not sure how long that go. I'm just trying to do it on my phone. The old iPhone 7 needs a little update. Alrighty, so let me ergonomics is important. It's investing in your health. Yeah, and that's one of the things is it's really easy to not do that stuff, but then we have to go away. Why is it? It's not giving me that imagery. All right, I'm just gonna have to show it on my other phone and just hold the phone up to a camera. Yay! All right, talk about Pro. Oh wait, no I don't. Dummy. I can just do screen share. Messenger, open it up here. Drop that down. Drop that down. Alrighty. Russell. There he is. Okay, let's do a screen share. Screen share. Okay. So that is Russell's chair. Let me just make it big. Russell's chair with the headrest up high. Right? I will put rollerblade wheels on it. Whether I put my existing ones on or theirs. And then we've got, so that's the up close with the headrest down nice and low. So this is the cookies and cream. So I love it. I think it looks really good. So I love how much lower that headrest is. So look at it there where it's the Secret Lab is right up there and then that's quite low. And then Russell actually has it up quite high. And it's just a magnet, so you can move it around. So yeah, I love it. I love that side of it for sure. I was always a little bit concerned that that it was not going to, like, you know, the lowest point was going to be too high for my neck, but that has totally alleviated that concern. Russell says he loves the armrest to avoid the carpal tunnel. Yeah, and the armrests have got like 4-point movement. Russell, did you get the softer armrests or did you get the standard armrests? And he says, and because Russell's a green screener, he uses green screen all the time, so it works perfect in green screen. Yeah, I like it too. I definitely like it. So I think that's where I'm going to go. And so I've got, you know, we've got the goal over on Buy Me a Coffee. I've got a little bit of money saved up as well, and I've got a credit card, so I can just, and I'm like, should I just go and pull the trigger and buy the damn chair now and just stop complaining about how sore my back is all the time and save the money on my chiropractic appointments? Oh, great question. That's a great question. Russell, what size did you grab? So Livestream says do it. So let me know in the chat. Oops. Hang on a second. It wants a password to update my chat history. You're too late. We're done now. We don't need you, iPhone. So I've got this I get the cast off iPhones from my daughter, and I'm like, one day I might even buy myself an iPhone to make it my daily driver, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm such an Android girl, and I'm just like, oh, I can't do it. A Livestream Consultants is having so much fun with these. Russell says he bought the standard with Amazon covers so that I can replace it. So is that the small? Is it small, large, and extra large are the 3 size options? So Booksage, I use the Social Stream Ninja. It has when you're setting it up, and you're scrolling through everything, the chat commands are all part of that same software. So it's a lot of fun to set it all up. So I'll definitely make a video on adding in the GIFs into it. But yeah, I just use Social Stream Ninja for that as well. So yeah. Oh no, my husband's all like, buy the damn chair. If you guys are sick of hearing about it, he is so much more sick of hearing about it, because I will come grumbling out of this office and go and sit on the couch with my laptop on my and work from there for a little while, because I need to get away from the chair. I'm like, I'm going to get away from the stupid chair, and grumble off to the lounge room. Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Yeah, look, do you know what? Me either. I really thought Social Stream Ninja was just the comments. And I'd seen Doug's using it, and a few other people that I know are using it, but I really thought it was just the comments. And then when I was setting it up for the comments, I'm like, what is this? And what is this? And so it's got polls, it's got prize giveaway draw, it's got the emoji wall. There's so many options. Look, I am going to turn the emoji wall on just so you can, I think I've got it set up here. Let me just check. Yeah, the emotes wall. So if you guys use emojis in the chat now, we can show Sir Booksage something else that this software does. So throw some emojis in. Let me just look here. Russell's just sent through the link for the Amazon covers, because that was the other thing I do love about these chairs. So everyone's sending through chairs. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, so Russell sent through the link as well for the Amazon chair covers. That looks like they're only available in the US, but I'm going to have a little look anyway. Because that's the other thing I do love about these chairs, is you can purchase just covers from Streamlabs as well. Oh, it brought me to something else. I think it's because I'll look at that one later. I'll have to go in and log in somehow. Yeah, but being in Australia, good job, Doug. Wow. But yeah, so that's just one thing. So somebody use some of the like the YouTube emojis, you know, the ones at the top that don't seem to work for everybody. Like those ones are a little bit of fun as well. Look at this, I'm loving it. You guys are totally totally having fun with this. There we go. Leanne sent through some of those ones. And if you've got custom emojis, they all work as well. So, you know, if you've got like, if you're got channel memberships and you've added in custom emojis, you could have it like, you know, gold play buttons, whatever it is that you've made your emoji out of, and get people just to throw that in the chat for some fun. This is the thing. The software does so much. I was just so surprised at how much this free, really well supported, like that's the other thing, it's really well supported piece of software is doing for everybody. There we go. I'm going to turn those emotes off now. But yeah, so there's so many things in there. Go in and have a play. Like you can either have it as just chat commands, where it is just like where Doug drops in, or not just Doug, but whoever just drops in like the chat command BMAC for the Buy Me a Coffee link, or I have one set up for Evie Mux as well, so that if anyone wanted my affiliate link for Evie Mux, they could have that. Last week when we were talking Evie Mux, that was a little bit of finagling. I messed up and realized I was putting it in the wrong place. Anyway, it definitely plays a little bit of havoc. Now let me just open that up. Oh, is the Evie Mux still not working? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so you got the Titan Evo regular. Good to know. That's good to know, Russell. I'm going to go with the XL. You can. Oh, look, let's just go to the, like, I'm just going to go to the website. You guys can have a look at some of the options that are available. Let me just, what am I doing? What's it called? Secret Labs. Secret Labs. It just seems to be something I do every live stream over on the Fiberific channel now. We're always looking at these Secret Lab chairs. Just, oh, yep. Thank you, Doug. Alrighty. Oh no, back. There was some special deal. Why is that so cheap? Alrighty. Let me go to screen share here. I've got my Fiberific screen share is better for this stuff. Screen share with a circle. My buy me a coffee's covering my face. I might just pop that there. And I just do that. All right. Okay. All right, these are the chairs. This is the basic black chair. Make it spin because making it spin is fun, right? That's why we do this. But you can choose from 66 variations, okay, which is just bizarre, right? So I'm just looking, I like these fabric ones because I'm in Queensland. It's hot. I don't want a leatherette seat. So this is the mint that I've been drooling all over, okay? Like with some little tasteful black details. I like that they've added in some black fabric on there as well to match with all the black rest of it, right? They're the ones that's what I'm looking at. This is the chair I'm looking at, okay? But if you are a fan of something, you have options, right? You have options. Now, I like some things, but probably not enough to justify the chair. Also, I'm not enough of a fan of any of these things. Like if it was Star Wars, I'd be torn. I'm like, dude, bring me those Star Wars chairs. I like Harry Potter, but not enough to get a Harry Potter chair. Do you know what I mean? But if you love one of these things, then you should totally get the chair that you love, right? For me, I'm definitely looking at this mint green. Now, I know that we have had this, I know that we've had this conversation about the green not being good for green screen. I'm not a green screen user, so I don't do the green screening, so it's not an issue for me. So yeah, I mean, and so, but I was torn between that cookies and cream, which is what Russell's got, and the mint. And I do like the purple as well, but I think I like the mint better. And so I've been tossing up between these two. Just because I can just about only ever get black chairs, which I don't want it. I don't want a black chair. So they're the ones I'm tossing up between. But I will be getting, so we'll confirm the mint for now. Go away, concierge support. I will be getting the XL. Because every one of those girls in that review were just all like the XL was just so much more comfortable. It is meant for tall people, but none of these chairs, even the small, my feet won't reach the ground. So it's not like that's going to make a big difference for me. Okay. It's not going to, I'm going to have to use my footstool no matter what. So have some more, you know, seat width. Let's go with that. Let's have some more seat width. Add-on products, I'm thinking I would like the plush cell memory foam armrest. Russell, what arms have you got on yours? I would love to know. So I'm thinking the black, because it's still, I was tossing up whether to go, if I was getting the cookies and cream, I would have gone the grey, but because it's black or green, I'm just going to go with the black. So we'll confirm that selection. So yeah, I'm up over 1,000 Australian dollars for that. So now I do have a question. I have existing chair wheels, like all my, Doug's like life purchase. I've got existing chair wheels. Should I just keep the ones I've got, or should I get their specific ones? Because like none of their imagery here shows their rollerblade wheels, but rollerblade wheels are an option. I thought they were an option. Maybe they're not. Yeah, Russell, did you just go with the stock standard or did you buy an additional one? Just out of curiosity. Choose your add-ons. Can't see. Because see here, you can have your Secret Lab skin, so you can buy extra chairs. Chair add-ons? Let me see, there's... Oh, yeah, I have heard about the footrest thing. Like, it sounds good. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I would be more inclined to get the footrest rather than the recliner thing. So, yeah. So I would go with that. Oh, there they are. Oh, theirs look nice. All right, maybe I will get theirs. Why do you need extra small casters? Anyway, there's some options. They're very cute. Don't really want any of those additional lumbar things. Livestream consultant says, even though I do not do gaming, that Overwatch one is the right color for me. Yeah, there was one there, Valorant. There was a Valorant chair that I'm like, I absolutely love that. But knowing my luck, like, this is going to sound really harsh, okay? As a girl in the gaming, as a girl in the live streaming sort of world, if I appeared with a gaming chair, I would get trolled. Like as in if it had like Valorant written on it, I would get trolled. Like, what do you even know about the game? Like, you would not believe how many times I've been asked to prove how much I like Star Trek. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to go. It's mouse is on the wrong window. I mean, say what you will about the Officeworks Walmart stools, they don't come with 3,000 upgrade choices. I mean, they don't. This is the chair. I've got a little rolly stool over here that I picked up from Amazon for like $20 or something. I've got that, but it's very not comfortable. I'll tell you what it is good for. When I'm cable managing this table, I push it, like, because it's a sit-stand desk. I get it right up high and I roll in under with my little rolly stool and I can do all my cable managing while still being all supportive. But yeah, I'm definitely not like, I like the idea of this thing. I think it looks very cool, but I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. I'd be more inclined to get myself a nice plushy footstool. And like probably put it on top of the footstool that I have to give me better height. But anyway, I want to add those rollerblade wheels, because then they're actually not that much different price than the ones I currently get, and then I don't have to steal the wheels off an existing chair. So, but yeah, that looks lovely, but that's an extra $110, and I've got like a hard plastic footrest. Sorry, I moved my foot too much and it's been sore, and I just moved it on a funny angle, and now it's angry at me. Yeah, but I've got a hard plastic footrest under my feet right now that does the job mostly. So like that's like a step too far luxury. Like, I already feel ridiculous. All right. I already feel ridiculous. So, let's go and have a look at the carts at 1,100 now. We've got oh, hang on. It's got the wrong chair. Hang on a second. Yes, Abby. Oh, have a good day at work, honey. I picked the wrong chair. I'll have to go in and grab the right chair. Shop now. I would like the mint. Confirm. Mint. XL. Mint XL. Do I have to add all the other stuff? Let me check the cart. I'm like, wait a second. Continue to cart. Did everything get removed? No. Good. Okay. So I've got the chair. I've got the wheels. That's giving me the silver. Remove. I want the black. What's the decision fatigue is real? Yes, it is. It is. Doug said, "Is that a monitor arm?" Let's just. I just want to add in the actual one that I want. Right. Plus. There we go. Okay. So let's have a look. That is a monitor arm. Oh, they sell desks. So they have a desk. The monitor arm isn't for your chair. They do have desks. Let me continue to the cart. So let me just double check. We've got our black armrest, our green chair. It comes with a pillow, rollerblade wheels. I've heard that the wipes are worth getting, and I do have pets, so I will do that. But yeah, see, look here, they've got their desks. They've got a metal desk with a magnetic ecosystem, and then they've got a sit to stand desk as well. So they've got a whole pile of desk stuff. It's a mag pad. I've been hunting for a new desk pad, right? But I want a big desk pad. I want like 100 centimeters by 60 centimeters, and I don't want it in black. Like, good luck me finding that. What's so special about this mag pad? Personalized, make it your own. Choose your size. All right, let's look. That's too big. That one's too big. But yeah, it's. Oh, you can choose. All right, there you go. You can choose your pretty colors if that's what you want. There you go. But yeah, I've been scoping out. I'm just gonna close that. I don't want to do that. So let me go to the checkout. There we go. That's what we've got so far in there. But yeah. Russell's saying, I didn't get the plush covers because I'll wear them out at $99 a set. I prefer the Amazon ones at $25. So that Amazon link that you sent me, wasn't that just a seat cover? Like, because it wouldn't let me open it. Let me just try again. Oh no, it is. It's a off-brand arm cover. Okay. All right. I see it. Yeah, the guy who oh no, I'm still like, okay, that's you don't know how many times I put this in my cart. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And like right now, I'm like, okay, let's go back to our standard Monday stream screens. And you know, like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not pulling the trigger right now. I need more time to think about it. And this is the thing. There are some things that I can just be like, decision made, doing this thing. Let's do it. Let's get it done. This chair is just not one of those things. It's not one of those things. But yeah, so with the the plush cover thing, the guy who I watched, who's been using his now for 12 months, he got the plush covers, and he said they were the best things he ever did. Way better option, and he thought he would wear them out. They still look new. So I'm willing to. That's my willing to risk it. That's my, like, you know, like, I'll have that. I'd be willing to risk that. Bit's good, very comfy. I believe it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it ships to Australia, so it doesn't look like it's an option. I might be able to find another variation, but that particular one, like, I don't have that one. I should probably have that one, shouldn't I? Yes. What I need a GIF of the Millennium Falcon not going to light speed, and it's not fair. I need that one. That's not fair. Like, I need that one. Yeah, look, and this is the thing, the chair is a bit higher, but the reality is even the standard height one, my feet won't touch the ground. Or at least, not enough. Like I tippy toes, which I may as well not, if they may as well not touch the ground, right? So the chair height thing, I'm not going to get one where I can just sit in the chair with no footrest. So may as well get one that's extra comfy. Hyperspeed. I need hyperspeed. I haven't got it set up, but we should add that one. Do you guys have any other suggestions for chat commands that you think would be really good? So we've got hyperspeed. I want that. What was that other one? Live long and prosper. That's a good one. I like that one because I'm a big Star Trek, Star Wars nerd. I'm like, and Babylon 5. Some people are just like, oh my God, which one do you like? And I'm like, all of them. And like, no, you can't like all of them. Yes, I can. Oh, you reckon I should have a Louis? Louis' little bed's not in here. But yes, I should definitely have something where, maybe, wonder what I could do with that. No, you spelt it right first. You got it right first time. I'm wondering what we could do. I don't have any GIFs of Louis, but I could do something. What's this one say? Go to plaid. Oh my God, Spaceballs. Yes, we definitely need a Mr. Coffee and he shot my hair. Oh my gosh, Spaceballs is such a good movie. I have it on DVD. Like, yeah. Oh, I know it's Spaceballs. I'm a hardcore space. Like, I like them all. I'm allowed to like them all, right? I don't have to choose. No one should have to choose. I've got things I like better about different things. I've got characters I like better in different things. But I like them all. So, yeah. The Schwartz. Russell says, just buy the chair. He's like, he knows that I've like changed the topic and he's like, buy the chair. Oh, Doug, yes. Oh my gosh. And there's like 11 billion supernatural GIFs in the world. Like there's a running thing on Tumblr where it's just like anyone will have any kind of problem and then they wait for the supernatural fandom to just come in because they've always got something to do it. Oh yeah, and Squirrel and Yeti. Yes. I'm looking around for a pen and paper. All right, I have paper. Okay, so let me just quickly, we've got Squirrel and Yeti. Live long and prosper. That seems very long. We might just make it like live long. I like go to plaid. That's just like make it crazy. Doug, you making notes for yours as well? Laugh it up, furball. I like them. Oh, hyperspeed. Oh my gosh, and something supernatural. I'll find something fun that we're using supernatural just for because I love supernatural. It's like these streams are just going to be all about the chat commands, right? Like let's just be honest. Oh my gosh, I don't even know which Spock. I haven't chosen. I would probably go Leonard Nimoy because that's my Spock. But Khan is good. Oh my gosh, there's so but then we have to think about when would we drop them? Like we know with coffee, we know with hydrate, we know with the do it, and yes, this there's reasons for dropping those things, but we could just make all these and have so much fun with them, but we need a reason for why they would be used. You know what I mean? Like the squirrel one. Yeah. Yeti, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I could just go down the rabbit hole and make 11 billion of these, and our stream could just be all about the chat commands. Like, how many chat commands can we get through in a stream? What's this one? He's dead, Jim. Oh no. Oh, then we could have like Red Dwarf or like he's dead. They're all dead. Everybody's dead. He's dead. Goodness me. Go Holly. This is the thing. This is a rabbit hole. A can't could be for when something doesn't work. We'd probably use it a lot. Let's just be honest, right? Doug says just do it. Oh man. Gosh. I'm trying to be realistic. Like, do we really need 11 billion chat commands? The answer is yes, we do. Yes. Just make them. Just do them. Just put them in there. A lot. Is there a limit? Do we have a limit of how many chat commands we can have? I don't know if we do. Maybe that could be the test. How many GIF chat commands can I set up in there? So, you know, I don't know. Comment of the live stream. I don't know. It could be a test. Can we crash Social Stream Ninja? Like, sorry, Steve. like our goal is to crash Social Stream Ninja to see how many GIF commands we can put in. Yeah, the 11 billion. That's a big one that I use a lot, but I don't think that I can find. I mean, is there a GIF for that? I don't know. I don't even know where I got 11 billion from. It was just something I've been using for years. That would be a really good one to add in over on Fiberific as well, because we use 11 billion over there a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of. It is a good question. I just don't know. I don't know the answers. I'm sitting here with like the carts open on the other screen. I'm trying not to look at it. I'm just going to minimize it. I'm just going to minimize it. Stop that. Be minimized. No. Other way. I accidentally maximized it. Gosh. Oh dear. All right. Oh, comeback screens. But yeah. Well, on that note, everybody, we've had some fun. There's been some shenanigans. You guys are just like make me buy the chair during the live stream. Like I'm not ready. I'm not. I'm not ready. I'm like, yeah. I would like to say yes, let's just do it, but I'm not there yet. I hope you all have an awesome week. Those of you that come over and hang out in Fiberific, I'll see you on my Thursday. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of you over on Nick's and Doug's streams over on the weekend, if not back here next week. You'll never. I'm still saving, dude. I'm still saving. We'll just have to wait for worse back pain. Oh my gosh. You're right. You're right. Gosh. Anyway. I will see you all next time. I'll let you know if I pull the trigger in the meantime and work out if I buy the chair. And go from there. Yes, I definitely need to go and make a coffee. You guys all have a fantastic day. Go and try Social Stream Ninja for yourselves. Go and have some fun with it for your streams. And I'll catch you next time. Bye now.